Hey guys, Watkins here with episode number 5 of the EAFC 24 career mode with West Ham. Looking at the league table, we're sitting in 9th place. 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. Whole load of goals scored, whole load of goals conceded. And we can also see Tammy Abraham, we thanked him in the previous episode. He has been nominated for Player of the Month. And you can also see is we're taking on Newcastle at the London Stadium. Newcastle are sitting top of the table. So I thought I'd try out a new formation. A 3-5-2. Obviously, 3 defenders should help us concede less. And we've also now got 2 attackers, as well as a cam and some wingers, that can help us in attack. But same old, 5 minutes in, we do go ahead and concede very early doors to top of the league in our new, what is supposed to be, more defensive formation. So it's not looking good. We're looking all over the place, not used to playing this formation, dragging players out of position, and it's just, yeah, it's a mess, an absolute mess. Should probably be 2-0 down there. A great save from Fabianski does deny the chance of Newcastle. But yeah, you can see why they're top of the league. They are playing some nice football. They've got all of their good players are on the pitch. So they've seemingly got lucky with no injuries. Obviously, we're quite fortunate so far, but an injury to like Tammy could derail this whole season. Could be a big problem should that happen. Isak almost goes and makes it 2-0. Very fortunately, another great save from Fabianski. Into the second half, it's just going to continue to be Newcastle dominance this whole way. Lovely from Mavropanos, and it could start a counter-attack here. 5 minutes into the second half, we've got our man Jared Bowen. He's playing up top with Tammy Abraham in this one. Nice through ball, and he hits it weird, but it works. He kind of hits it with his laces, but he kind of chips it, and he kind of doesn't fully. Yeah, it's a weird one, but it works, and that's all that counts. 1-1, back on level terms with top of the league. You know, we're competing with top of the league right now. So things aren't going too bad. 10 goals in 8 matches for Tammy Abraham. Surely that is Player of the Month quality stats right there. But, you know, as long as we are in front, I almost rage quit. I won't lie to you. I almost quit the game. But, you know, you can't be doing that. I was tired of conceding so many goals, and I had to try and play it off like I was looking at some stats. But, nah, I almost quit. 2-1. You know, we were in front. We were on level terms for a matter of seconds. So, yeah, really enjoying this defence. But Tammy holds off Smalling, cuts it inside, shoots it across goal. That's why he is the best player in this team. It's why we paid the big bucks for him. And even then, we didn't pay the most for him. 29.5 million for a world-class striker that's already got us almost 15 goals this season. That's more than worth it. We could probably sell him in January for double, triple that. And I'm not going to, but I could. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, 2-2. Lovely. And we didn't concede straight off of kickoff. Actually, from basically kickoff, we're going to go down the other end. Jared Bowen's going to cut inside, and he's going to put it past the keeper. And he's going to make it 3-2 to West Ham. We're beating top of the table Newcastle at home. Well, at our home. And it's looking pretty damn good. Until the ball is played into Harvey Barnes. I thought he was offside. Great bit of defensive work there. We're hanging on. We hung on at 1-0 for so long in that first half. It probably should have been 2-3, 4-0 by half-time. But we kept it at 1-0. And that is paying advantage now, because in the second half, it's completely flipped on its head. We're now winning this game, and we are playing some nice football. I don't know what Aged's doing there. He's just allowed Isaac to run through. Good tracking back from Mavropanos, but Aged should be there to mark Joe Willock, who grabs his second goal of the game. And the score is going to be 3-3. Seconds left. Almiron has a chance. Great block. Just get it out. Get it away. Do not let them have a shot. Get all the bodies in front, and that is exactly what we're doing. Zuma's had about 3 blocks in about 10 seconds there. And the game does end as a 3-3 draw. And after the game, he scored 2 goals then. He wanted an interview after. It was because they were giving him the Player of the Month award. Tammy Abraham, 11 goals in the league so far. He is the top goal scorer. What a pickup. Coming into this one, Battle of the Claret and Blues, as we take on Aston Villa at Villa Park. Now, they've got a pretty dangerous squad, but not as dangerous as Newcastle, so we bent back to the 4-2-3-1 in this one, hoping, maybe, that we didn't need to defend as much, but you can see in the opening few seconds of this game, 2 Villa chances, 2 good saves. Maybe we should have stuck with a 3-5-2. Maybe we should have practiced with a 3-5-2 and just learnt how that system works. Nah, that ain't how it works around here. Another couple of blocks. Yeah, this FIFA is difficult with the quality of Ultimate CPU. They're insane how good they are. But you know, we're scoring this many goals on Ultimate, so I feel like if I switched it to Legendary, we would still score this many goals, but we'd probably concede less, and we'd win games maybe unrealistically. So I do want to keep it on Ultimate, even though we may be losing games unrealistically now, but we'll find that balance sooner or later where we can, you know, get more realistic results. Whereas I believe, because we are scoring kind of 3, 4, 5 goals against Ultimate difficulty, if we switched it to Legendary, it's that bump down in quality. We're probably still going to score that many goals, maybe even more, and we'll probably concede less, and we'll be winning games 5, you know, whatever. So we're just going to see it out. We're going to stick with it. If the job becomes at risk because we're losing so many games by such high score lines, maybe then we'll bump it down until we feel comfortable to bump it back up. But right now, the West Ham management job is not on the line. We're still early doors in the season. A lot of the goals we're conceding are actually quite unfortunate errors, really. They're like rebounds from keepers making the saves into other opposition strikers. Like that one you just saw there, Zuma blocked it, but it fell perfectly to their striker. Just things like that. So it will even itself out. Luck will even itself out. It always does. And it might take a formation change. It might take something else. But yeah, I think we can just keep it at Ultimate for now. But we are 2-1 down in this one. It's not the best of results. Watkins is going to go ahead and make it 3-1. It's difficult. It's difficult. If they've got a good striker, the opposition, obviously we haven't played, we've played City, they absolutely smashed us. We played Liverpool, they absolutely smashed us. Not played Arsenal yet, we've not played Spurs yet, we've not played, no, we've played Chelsea, we actually beat Chelsea somehow. But yeah, there's still some top quality teams we haven't played yet. We haven't played United, so yeah, some top quality teams we haven't played yet. And they could be some spooky score lines, you know, considering we're conceding 4 to Villa, who have Watkins up top. It's, yeah, what happens when we come up against Son, or when we come up against Jesus and Saka and Martinelli and all these players. It's going to be difficult. But, I mean, we beat Chelsea. We beat them 2-1, I think it was. We conceded, but we held it off. So I still have faith we can beat the big teams. But we come into the Europa League, taking on, this is the final team we have to play, and then we go into the reverse fixtures. We've won every game so far, quite convincingly actually. The Europa League run has been quite nice compared to the Premier League run. Yes, we've still conceded against some of these lower teams. Actually been dominated in some of the games, some kind of 20 to 30 minute stretches. We've been smashed up by a couple of these teams, but we are top of the group stages. We're winning these games quite convincingly. Willian Onto probably should have scored there. It's basically an open net. The keeper was still getting up and he just shot it right at him. But yeah, you know, he's still young. We've got a nice young core at this team, and we've got the sprinkled in elder players like Antonio, Danny Ings, Ogbonna in the defence. James Ward-Prowse, he's not old, but he's an experienced player. Probably just entering, or he's only just come into his prime. So yeah, the youngsters will be learning from that. Willian Onto, Rooney Badji, Kudus. Well, they're probably our main core of youngsters. And then we've got a couple of players who's a little bit older, but not quite in their primes yet, like Tammy. I think he's only 24, 25. Paqueta, I think, is 25 or 26. So yeah, it's a nice squad we've got right now. In terms of transfers, goalkeeper, and defence. That is what we upgrade next. We've got 30 million to spend in January. I don't know how I'm going to spend that. Maybe I'll try and get some more funds through the sales of some players. I've already mentioned that Antonio, I'm probably not going to renew his contract just because of his age, and Danny Ings, I'm probably going to look to sell him on. So next summer, a backup striker will be needed. But yeah, right now, let's just worry on the current results, try and get the scorelines down, try and get some more wins on the board, and just try and climb up the table into those European spots where we want to be. I don't mind if it's Conference League or Europa League. We're definitely not ready for Champions League, even though that's the board objective. They want us to get Champions League. No, we will not be good enough to go into the Champions League. They also want us to win the Europa League. Again, probably not this season. If we can get Europa League next season, I think maybe then we can have a nice little push. But right now, it ain't going to happen. We are 4-0 up though in this group stage game. Another dominant victory in the group stages against these. Freiburg's the hardest team we had in this group stage, and we beat them quite convincingly. So this was kind of always going to happen. They did have a lot of chances. We are kind of pretty close to keeping a clean sheet in this game, which is unheard of in these past few months of this West Ham career mode. Benrahma actually scores a header, so I mean that's also pretty unheard of. But 5-0 is going to be the final score. We are going to keep a clean sheet in this one. Antonio is going to receive the match ball. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.